Welcome back to Stitch My Lace, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you all how I got this color, and I am replacing an old closure, which is what we're looking at right here. So if you are interested, then please stay tuned. So if you don't know, with curly extensions or curly hair in general, anytime you want to do a process on it, you need to make sure that you are thoroughly detangling it to ensure that there are no tangles. Now what the tangles could potentially do is keep you from being able to properly apply the product, and in this case I will be applying bleach, but you want to make sure that you detangle thoroughly so that that product can go on smoothly. So the best way to properly detangle hair is always from the bottom to the top, and what you see me doing here is going in from the bottom and making my way up to the top. And then once I get to the top, I'm just going to go in from the top to bottom and just ensure that I've gotten all of those tangles and curls out. So once I am satisfied with how I have detangled, I am going to separate this into 4 sections. Now depending on how much hair you're going to be coloring, you may need more or less sections, but I decided to do 4 because this closure is pretty thick and I want to ensure that when I am doing my application of the bleach, I will be able to apply it and not miss any spots. So I'm going to be demonstrating 2 different ways you can apply bleach. This way I am actually using a board to help me apply the bleach, and what the board does is gives you a stable surface to work off of, and it allows me especially to be able to go in and just really take that brush and use as much force as I need to distribute that product and make sure that I am creating an even coat throughout. Now when I get towards the end, if I don't feel like using the board, or if the board is just not really convenient for me, I just go in and use my hands to distribute the product the rest of the way. But I'm also always being sure to create an even coat. If the coat is not even, the lift will not be even, and there's going to be some color correction that you're going to have to do. So this is the other way that I do like to apply bleach, and it's pretty much the same method that I use towards the latter part of the application for the first process. And what I do is I just take my hands, I apply the bleach with the brush, and then I'll go in and I'll smooth with my hands, and also take a comb eventually to make sure that I am distributing the product evenly as well. The key word is even. You want to make sure you're having an even coat, and I just make sure that I am also separating it, what you see me doing here, to make sure those spaces that got missed, I can go ahead and apply product there. So when you are sandwiching your hair into the foil, please make sure not to smash the hair in the middle. What that's going to do is create a line of demarcation in your actual bleaching process, and it's going to show up in the hair. You don't want that to show up in the hair. That creates a zebra stripe sometimes, and it doesn't look good, and it's difficult to correct. Okay, what you see me doing here is separating the sections where the foil applications were placed. And the reason why I do that is because sometimes the bleach has a tendency to bleed out, and you don't want to create any bleaching spots where you didn't want them. And then I'm also going to put foil over the top to enclose the heat to help it lift better. Now this is the old closure, and you see me using a level finder, and you can see that the color is about a level 8 or 9 depending on what section you get to, and even a level 7 in some. So I'm just making sure that the closure that is being replaced can match the closure in which I bleached. Now this is the one that I bleached, and here I'm just looking at the level, and I was considering going in with another bleach application, but I decided not to. But you can see that it's some level 7s, some level 8s, and some level 9s. And so with the toning process, I feel like this can get pretty close to what it was before, so I decided to keep it how it is. So what I'm doing here is extracting the old closure so that I can put on the new closure, and I did use a wig block to assist with this. You just simply attach the wig onto the wig block and then take the closure off, and once that is complete, you just go in and sew the new closure on. Now, one key thing to consider here is placement. Placement is everything. If your closure is ill placed or placed in the wrong spot, it is not going to sit the way that you need it to, and more importantly, it's probably not going to fit the wig properly. So just make sure you're taking your time with this, really aligning that closure up and making sure that it is situated the way you need it to be so that you don't have to go in and do any corrections. So in this section, I've finally gotten the closure attached, and I am going in with a level 7 ash blonde to tone up those sections to make the closure match the remainder portions of the wig. And after I went in, I detangled the hair, I thoroughly applied the toner and saturated the closure. I took the remainder portion of the toner and I applied it to the rest of the wig just to refresh the color that was already there. You got it all inside of you. Feel it to be true. And when you dance, I'm in the groove. You make me move. You make me move. So this is the next day after I shampooed the color out and allowed it to air dry. And what I like to do is I go and I fluff the hair out. Then I apply a nice amount of water. I'm using a diffusing water bottle here. And then I go in with the foam of my choice to help me define the curls. And these are the final results. I think I got the color really close to what it was before. It's just that this closure has the ability to be more defined and let the curls really show. If you like this tutorial, please let me know down below, and I really hope to see you in the next one.